Well, thank you very much. What a huge and tremendous build-up. I hope I can fulfill everybody's expectations. It's very good to be here at the Cable Congress. I was at the Mobile World Congress last week, so it's been a good week for conferences. But I'm delighted that Cable Congress is here in London. Fantastic that you're all here. And also thank you to Virgin Media, the sponsors, for inviting me to speak today. We pride ourselves in the strength of the UK's online economy, so that's another reason why we're delighted that Cable Congress has come to London, so that I can get a platform to tell you how fantastic this country is. I know that over the next few days you'll be hearing at length about investments, new technologies and so on from experts in the field. So I want to say a few words about our priorities, the UK government's priorities, what we're doing to support the tremendous investment in broadband and where we go from here. If the government was to summarise its priorities, it would be in one word, and that is growth. It's our number one aim to get the British economy moving again and to support businesses, large and small, those businesses that will drive the growth in our economy. And we absolutely believe that the digital, creative and communication industries have a key role to play in this growth. We want to see continued investment in Britain's online industries, and we also want to ensure that the whole British economy benefits from the new digital services and connectivity, the kind of services people need to innovate and to expand into new markets. And a truly connected Britain is one that is open for global business, and that is at the cornerstone of our ambitions for growth. As I'm sure a lot of you know, we pride ourselves on being a world leader in the online economy. The internet already contributes something like 8% to our GDP. Our flagship businesses now tap into global markets, and our consumers at home enjoy excellent choice and services when choosing their broadband and their telephone providers. But the pace of technological change is such that we can't be complacent. We're doing well, but we can do better. At the heart of our success will be continued private investment, nowhere more so than in the field of superfast broadband. If we want to build a world-class connected Britain, investment in our broadband infrastructure has to keep up with technological innovation and also the ever-increasing demands of businesses and consumers. So, while I'm on the subject of investment, let me also say that we welcome the planned takeover, subject to shareholder agreement, of Virgin Media by Liberty Global. Of course, as a politician, I'm absolutely delighted that this will bring a major new company headquarters to the UK, but also I welcome the prospects this will bring to continued investment in Virgin Media's cable network. As I said earlier, this is the investment that keeps the UK's online economy moving forward. It represents a great opportunity for the UK broadband market and also the rest of Europe. Because firms like Virgin Media, and if I'm allowed to say it, BT, lead the way when it comes to investing in broadband. And I'm here to applaud the work they're doing. Virgin Media's investment is doubling customers' speeds, it's future-proofing the network, and it's opening up new opportunities, and it's part of a multi-billion-pound programme. BT is rolling out its optical fibre network deeper into the local market. It's developing new products, and it's delivering ultra-fast services to local communities as well. The combination of Virgin and BT's investment means that in the last quarter alone, more than 650,000 people were able to take up superfast broadband services. In mobile broadband as well, we're continuing to push forward. We're seeing important investment by mobile operators, first by EE with their launch of 4G last year, and now by other operators in readiness for their nationwide rollout of 4G services later this year. Again, commercial investment driving innovation and growth. So where does the government come into this? First of all, I think in partnership with the private sector, we want to remove the barriers to investment. We don't want rollout, for example, to be delayed by planning refusals or confusion when carrying out street works or by long-running legal issues over access to private land. These are the sort of bits that people don't tend to hear about, but they're very important because they rack up the cost of investing in infrastructure and they lead to huge delays. So our goal as a government is to provide certainty. It's to ensure that the money that you, Virgin and BT and others invest in rollout is used to take super-fast broadband as far as possible, and that money is not wasted on delays and disputes. It's important that the regulatory framework governing the telecom sector is fit for purpose and competitive. And of course, while Ofcom is responsible for this, we are committed to ensuring the market fosters competition and supports multiple innovative providers. We've also taken important steps to support mobile broadband. Our successful 4G spectrum auction, which completed some 2 weeks ago, was a vital part of this. Again, we ensured that Ofcom proceeded with the auction, and we brokered agreement with the mobile operators to allow rollout of 4G to happen 6 months earlier. And at the same time, in terms of our intervention in the mobile sector, we're pushing ahead with very ambitious plans to release some 500 megahertz of public sector spectrum into the market over the next 10 years. So we remove regulatory barriers, we make available the infrastructure in terms of spectrum, but we're also putting our own money where our mouth is. So we're intervening where commercial investment isn't viable. We've got a major public investment programme of some £1.2 billion of public money. And hopefully through this, we will see much faster speeds and many more homes accessing those speeds. But on this latter aspect, I'd just like to say that the UK's broadband market is already, we feel, in rude health. Our European scorecard put together by Ofcom is published today. And it's good news, otherwise I wouldn't be mentioning it. It shows that the UK currently benefits from low prices and a high degree of competition in the broadband market, and that the UK has the best deals available for consumers across a selection of pricing bundles in the major European economies. But as I say, if we're going to continue the UK's success, it's important that we're not left in the slow lane when it comes to broadband access. So our public investment programme means we'll bring superfast broadband to 90% of the UK and a minimum of 2 megabits for everybody else. We're making very fast progress on this. 11 of our projects have been signed and others are in progress and about to start work. We're already seeing the fruits of this programme. In December, at the end of last year, I was lucky enough to go to North Yorkshire to unveil their first active fibre cabinet built under our programme. And last week, we started to unveil cabinets in Wales. And it's important to stress that this is a UK-wide programme. It's not just England that will benefit, but also, of course, all the devolved nations, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. We also have an urban programme, £150 million of public money to ensure that our cities can continue to compete with the best in the world. You just need to look at the success of Tech City here in London to see how establishing a digital hub with world-class connectivity and expertise can spur today's innovative idea into becoming the online business of tomorrow. But of course, while we're laying the fibre, removing the barriers, making the spectrum available, investing in rural broadband, it's also important that we engage all our citizens in the broadband revolution. So demand stimulation is also a very important part of our policy. And every single government project includes a demand stimulation element. And we're also very grateful to the work of Martha Lane Fox, now Baroness Lane Fox and Go On UK, who have been working tirelessly to get more people online and demonstrating how people's lives can be changed for the better. And what is unique about this initiative, if you like, and why it's been praised by people like Neelie Kroes and held up as a model for the rest of Europe, is it works from the bottom up, bringing together all stakeholders, both private companies and charities, to engage with different communities. And we're going further and exploring ways to encourage high-speed take-up as part of our urban programme, and also, of course, demand stimulation for small and medium-sized businesses. It's worth reflecting that in a recent report on Britain's broadband, it was found that almost 80% of British businesses have a website, but only just over a third allow online payments. So that is the next, I think, great frontier to encourage more small businesses to take up e-commerce. Embracing e-commerce opens up new markets, but of course it does bring with it some risks which people have to be educated about. Of course, obvious ones like online fraud and website security. And of course, consumers worry about the loss of their personal data or indeed online scams. So we need to ensure that our regulatory framework protects online businesses, customers and other users, but at the same time supports a competitive and innovative market. I also just briefly want to talk about content. We in the UK are very proud indeed of our brilliant, innovative, creative industries. They generate over £36 billion a year. And later on this year, we'll be bringing in a new tax credit for video games, animation and high-end television to sit alongside our film tax credit, affirming our support for our creative industries and our support for the organisations that invest in the UK. In building a world-class connected Britain and supporting our internet economy, we are doing well, but we need to continue to strive to do even better. We're committed to delivering the broadband infrastructure and services we need to compete with the best in the world. Our rural projects are moving rapidly from procurement to spades in the ground. Our spectrum licenses are in place to allow the rollout of 4G services this summer. Our reforms to cut red tape facing private investors are underway. So it's crucial that the government, regulators, commercial investors continue to work together to achieve our goals. We've invested heavily in improving our infrastructure, we'll continue to do so, and we've got to make full use of it. And by working closely with industry, I'm confident that we can realise our ambition of Britain as a world-class connected country, a strong market for consumers, and above all, a great place to do business. Thank you very much.